Let's go. She says getting late. Let's go.
Àkókò àti ìgbà ti dé báyìí o. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ rìn lálẹ́ o.
Oh my láyà o.
Kí ni tẹ́ fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀?
This place is so beautiful. I don't kiss on my first date.
Halima, why do you always have to be so cynical?
My name is Tolu. My friends call me Lord Tana. I'm the producer and director of Ajuwaya, The Haunted Village. Why Ajuwaya? I've always had, when I wanted to come into film, one of the reasons why I wanted to come into film was to make movies that targeted, the age between 18 and, let's say, 25 and 30. That young, more vibrant age, the age that does not watch Nollywood. And I one of the best experiences that I ever had was during my service here. It was a year where I got to experience another area or another life in the same country called Nigeria.
Tolu Tana Lotana, who's the director-producer, sent me this script. And when he spoke to me about it, he initially wanted me to play another character. So I read the script and I was like, wow, I love this. And I liked how the story was written. I liked that it was different. I liked that it was about coppers. And there's a message in the film that's not very obvious. And I liked the way he had written it. And, I got the message right at the end. So I called him and I'm like, is this what you're really saying? Oh my God, the message, I love it. And I said, I'm sorry, you're that character that you want me to play. I don't like her. And I don't think it's going to work.
When I read the script of Ajuwaya, I wasn't so sure I can do it. And then I was like, okay, it wasn't something new to me, but it was a bit challenging because the fact that I'm going to shoot with different people, the different unknown people in a different territory, it was so not, confronting to me. But then I said to myself, okay, this is something you would do that people will see the other side of you.
Àkókò àti ìgbà ti dé báyìí o. Tí àlejò wa.
The name Ajuwaya, what does it mean? People, first time I heard it, I was in camp. Ajuwaya. That's what the military men who were supposed to be the trainers used to call us. Until somebody broke it down for me, that Ajuwaya actually means as you were.
We started talking about the story and the characters, and we talked about Yewande. And I said to him, I want to play Yewande. And he was like, really? Are you sure? She's going to be local, she's going to be this, she's going to be that, she's going to be... I said, that's the reason I want to play her.
Let me just say that I have actually never really acted on a project or worked on a project that was like Ajuwaya. Ajuwaya was like a family excursion, and the only difference between the Ajuwaya and other family excursions is that you're going on an excursion with a group of people that you've never met, that you've never actually hung out with, but we all became family. Even from the bus park when we, decided to take that journey, we all started to bond, and it was a really, really great experience. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't know what other people are saying in their interviews, but it was tough. It was rough. It wasn't fresh. We're not sleeping, in air-conditioned rooms and all of that. But that only happened because we had to be in a certain location to bring...
Pause. You were not sleeping in air-conditioned rooms.
Chill now.
We're like a family, ready to push each other, teach each other, learn from each other and all that. And I think that gave me a lot of strength to, interpret my role, because I think I was very comfortable with all of them, virtually everybody on set.
Myself, Dek, Timini, George, Daskalu, Rahama, everybody was like, we were family. Etinosa was like this useless best thing to say that. It was just more of a family thing, and we knew what we were doing. That was important because we could see. I felt the connection.
It was challenging, primarily because of the location where we were filming, with all the mosquito bites and everything. Well, aside the challenging parts, the
cast and crew, very lovely people. We were like one big family.
Ajuwaya, you know. Nigerians are something, Nigerians
Getting into Halima's character wasn't something difficult because I'm not the person that talks too much, especially in an environment that I met new people and, new territory completely from where I am from. So it wasn't too complicated, it wasn't too difficult because that is who I am.
When we got to the location, which was out of Lagos, we had to go all the way into the forest, Igwe Rumole. That's where they took me to. Thank God I didn't die there. Anyways, so I spoke to some of the women there because she was going to speak Yoruba, but she was going to speak the Aroke Yoruba. And I needed to hear exactly how, to pronounce some words, how she would say certain things. And, she was Yewande is younger than I am, than Lala. So there should be a certain innocence to her, but the character is layered. So there's more to her than just an ordinary bread seller. So having to communicate that or perform that was, of course, my assignment. And I was surrounded by great people in terms of the crew. Everybody, on set, there was this let's all make it happen. So we didn't feel like, oh, it's the producer's film. It was like everybody's film, everybody's project. Every challenge was everybody's challenge.
We are in charge. It's just unique when you play something that you're not, and at the same time, you're actually very comfortable with that character in the sense that you're really doing it the way the director says should interpret it.
It's funny because there are actually quite a number of similarities. Collins was a very calm, calculated guy. He believed in logic as compared to superstition and all of that. And he was a gentle, smooth guy. And I think that in reality, Timini is also that kind of guy that is kind of like very, very logical in his thinking. I also had some funny NYC experiences when I did my NYC back in 2011. And kind of relates with what Collins went through. I was posted to a village in Ekiti. It was quite rural. It was proper like backdated in terms of the way they behave, in terms of behavioral patterns and all of that. And Collins also went through the same thing. Let's just thank God that my own experience wasn't as bad, wasn't as intense as Collins in terms of the whole NYC and the whole, getting used to a new environment.
All right, guys.
Femi is a very, very deep-rooted Yoruba boy, and he is like he's someone now called the Soji boy, regularly known as okay, I know this, I know what this is, and this is, I know my way around. I can talk my way through, because in Ajuwaya, Femi pretty much was like the mouthpiece of everyone because he understood the language, and of course he understood the whole concept of pulling through the environment, because of his ability to speak the language.
Osas is a typical Edo boy, being an Edo boy, and who is very, very funny. Like when I mean very funny, Osas is that unserious person that finds no seriousness to anything you say. You could use the word irritating and disgusting, and also he was very, very entertaining. It was easy for me to get into the character because first I'm a comedian, I'm sociable, then also I'm a Edo boy from Edo State, so I understand very well how to really pass the message of what it carries. And also as a theater director and a thespian to be precise, I understand the nitty-gritty of putting the cast into the character, or rather putting the character into the cast to bring up a very, very good one.
Was supposed to be this. I'm not very touched, but I want to tell everybody that I'm the happening girl. I want to tell everybody I'm from a rich home. I want to feel among. I had to learn to be that person because naturally I'm like, if you take me, take me. You don't take me, now this is me. But was I want to impress everybody. A very carefree person, very all up in your face. And I think Etiosa is very free-spirited, and it's a happy child, basically. And she had a very kind heart, which Etiosa also has. Thank you.
Oh my God, are you serious? They posted us to a village school with no road. Oh my God. I'm so going to be deployed. I'm calling Major General right now.
Casting for Ajuwaya, one of the challenges that we have in Nollywood is that, we have almost the same set of actors, playing the same roles over and over again. And, with Ajuwaya, I wanted to do something different. I wanted it to be realistic. I wanted the audience to see themselves in these characters. What if it was you who got posted to a remote village in the middle of the forest? So with Ajuwaya, we wanted people who were not, who we didn't consider, people who had broken out. Even though some of them, are huge stars in their own space. Someone like Rahama Sadao, she's very big in the north. Someone like Timini is very popular with young folks. I go along the way and people tell me, oh, yeah, Timini is in your movie. So Timini in his right is a very popular person. With this movie, we'll be introducing a few other very, very talented characters. People like Dek Imafidon, MC Reason is a comedian, stand-up guy, really funny guy. And I think, he did a great job with this movie. Carlo George, great guy. I like to see him also. And Etinosa Demudia, stand-up girl. She did excellently in Ajuwaya.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, we all became family, and in becoming family, it was like a basic real life NYC experience. NYC, you go to camp, you meet new people, you understand them, you're with them for 3 weeks. That's kind of the same thing that happened with the cast and the crew of Ajuwaya. Everybody brought their own. The comedians, Rahama, she brought her. She played the lead female, the one I fell in love with. And she brought a certain level of expertise to the game, and I believe that as I was on the set of Ajuwaya, it was a learning process for me. So yeah, it was an amazing experience, from learning from Lord T to Film Boy that was also on set, supervising, to everybody. Everybody brought their A game because we all understood what was at stake. It was one of those type of movies that it was performance driven. If we did not perform, we wouldn't have been able to bring the quality that we have brought to the movie. And it was a really good experience. And I hope that at the end of the day, you guys appreciate all the work that we put in.
Timini is a wonderful actor. I wasn't so sure we can really get along when I first saw him, but he was really, really amazing and encouraging. There are some times we get to just, when we're not shooting, but we're still, saying our lines, and people will eventually think that we are just chatting on our own. No. Timini was so encouraging. I like him.
The experience on set was half and half. It was tough, I'm not gonna lie. Ajuwaya set was hard. Because it was in the forest. And when you go and shoot in the forest, you're going to experience all the challenges in the world, especially things that will bite your body. So yeah, everybody had things biting them. And I think the most challenging night was the night where we were to shoot. We climbed things, you all should we climbed things. I climbed things, and we all carried the equipment. But it was all fun at the end of the day. And then it started to rain one night. And that's the beautiful thing about filmmaking. You can just rework things, change things around. So what was the initial plan couldn't be done. but the director, writer, everybody created something else and it still worked. And that's what you're going to see.
Challenges of Ajuwaya. I think the challenge of Ajuwaya started with trying to make a budget film with a big vision. I think that's always been my style. I always think, well, how can we make this, big budget film, with that kind of budget that doesn't blow your mind, and especially when we think about the target audience, we wanted to be sure that we wanted to create a picture that would appeal to that audience without necessarily breaking the bank for it. So what we did was we got several people with, our crew was made up of people with multi-talents, people who had to double. So for example, we had Feyi who doubled as our makeup artist, our special effects person, and our wardrobe person. Again, I mentioned Clem, for example, DJ Clem. He doubled with collecting sound alongside Saka. He does sound design, did the Foley of the movie, created every piece of beautiful music you found on Ajuwaya.
What?
I had Brian, double as our DOP, editor, colorist, marketer, and several people on set. Michael, for example, was art director, associate producer, drone operator, camera operator. Also Ebun, who, was our art director on the set. She also doubles as our design person. She also handled the animation in the film. There's a little animation in the film.
Mo fẹ́ kí ẹ yàgò fún obìnrin kí obìnrin náà kóun náà sì di ara rẹ̀ mú kẹ́ dira yín mú ṣíkún.
There were times when I was, having to focus on directing, and a few times, you will not believe it, Emilala jumped on the set and became the producer. She was literally ordering people around, oh, I want this done, and everybody's like, okay. And well, that comes with the environment. Emilala is, you want to be careful how you use the word veteran, but she's speeding her way there very quickly.
Well, the director did a very good job. I mean, he's wait, let me say this first about the director. I've known him for a while now, and I have come to realize that he's a very humble person.
In my view, I always tell him he's my kind of person. He goes for the best. He knows what he wants. If he doesn't get it, you go back again. Does that not mind as in taking you back? You cut, no, we are doing it again. Cut that one, as much as he can do that, as far as he gets what he wants.
Imagine you just do something and you feel, man, hey, you have killed it. Like, maybe they just say cut. Everybody will just carry you like you just won Olympic medal. And then Tolu just says, we can do it better. I'm not feeling your element. I'm like,
he's an actor-director. That's who I will classify Lord Tana to be. He's an actor-director. He will act it and show you what he actually wants you to do.
I will never forget working for Lord Tana. Lord Tana is a fantastic person.
Is that where they say we should pass?
Mo try it now here.
More try waiting. They know they say more try. Where would they go?
Doing try and error.
The woman say make we pass this. Make they go come corner straight down. So it be like saying at the corner.
Yeah, let's go now.
So we can't reach there now. You can't say more come back. More come back. Now they tell her now.
She said
You not talk anything. We'll reach there now. Say more come back.
They go,
brother. Let's pray for Lydia.
Wait, they never leave.
I think everybody should go see Ajuwaya because it's, like I said, it's a youth-oriented movie. You get to learn a lot of things. You also get to learn about Yoruba culture and some of the things that happen in Africa. And you will learn that it is not everything that glitters that is gold. Sometimes some things are nice, but they're not very good for you. So please, you should watch Ajuwaya. You will learn something. It's compulsory. That's a must. It's a fact. You will learn something.
From the movie Ajuwaya, I would tell you to expect Nollywood that you fell in love with? You know, I mean, it's not your typical Nollywood story that is coming out now. It's an epic. I mean, if I'm permitted to say that, it's one of those movies that, you know, you would fall in love, you would laugh, you would feel sad with the characters, you'll feel afraid for the characters, you would understand. And it's something, if you've done NYSC, if you've been through the NYSC experience, you would love it. If you're about to go through the NYSC experience, you would love it. One of those things where everybody can relate one way or the other. Even if you're a father, you know, and you're about to send your son on NYC, you know, you will love it. Understand that it's a story, and we're just trying to push and shed light to a part of the Nigerian culture that is mandatory for everybody that has gone through a university education or has kids that is going through a university education. So it's something for everybody. It's something for the family. You would laugh, you'll feel sad, you might cry a bit, and there's also a whole lot of suspense. So make sure you watch out for Ajuwaya. So my people, forget all this big English that we're speaking. On the 7th of July 2017, that's 7/7/2017, go with your family, go with your friends, go with your loved ones, go watch Ajuwaya.
Assalamu alaikum. Sunana Rahama Sadam. Ni ce na fito Halima a cikin fim ɗin Ajuwaya. Ku fito ku kalla, musamman matasa da yara, saboda fim ne mai faɗakantarwa da kuma nishaɗantarwa. Zai fito 7 ga watan July 2017 a Kano, Kaduna, Abuja, duk gaba ɗaya a garuruwa zai fito. Fito ku kalla, sannan kuma za mu kalla tare da ku. Ban gode.
I'm Carlo George. Kid in the movie Ajuwaya. One name Ajuwaya na put on the 7th of July 2017. But one nagi, iku, ibe. Onye niile madịghị mma n'obi kpọrọ ha bịa unu gale Ajuwaya the movie na any cinema close to you. Asaba o, Enugu o, Abakaliki o, Owerri o. Ewebula cinema no gadi aga watch ya Ajuwaya. Nka ga-agbaka gị obi. Nwanne m, we'll see you there.
They say best way naked, no fit to for pocket. That means they should be the mama fly, rose goes one leg, but if you go blow your whistle, your match must start, even if you know wear jersey. All the people for worry, listen, with day here, the film they flow everywhere they go, people they talk about them. So you yourself, enter theater, enter cinema, anywhere you want to access about you enter, go see the film. But no pirate too, you know go good. Benny, I'm coming right there. Mona knows about talk about is there. We are coming there.
Hello. Àṣe sinimá kan ó dẹ̀ máa jáde ní gbogbo ilé ìwòran ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ní ọjọ́ 7 oṣù keje ọdún tá a wà yìí. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ lọ wò ó. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ẹ lọ wò ó. Kẹ́ gbádùn ara yín, kẹ́ gbọ́ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ yín, àwọn òbí yín, àwọn olólùfẹ́ yín náà. Ẹ lọ wò ó. Ṣé ti gbọ́ báwọn? Ẹ lọ wo Ajuwaya o. Ẹ lọ wò ó. Ó dàbọ̀.
Hey, wetin dey worry you? Collins, my bad here. Ain't tell me. It's Femi the building. Femi. You know how we do it. Ajuwaya the movie 7/7/17. Go and watch it. Anybody to watch it, so for me. I'm a bug. Yeah, man. Peace out.